Welcome, traders. I'm Adam from Trade with Precision, and welcome to Vantage Markets Inside the Chart. So let's start off by having a look at that dollar index. First of all, you can see it closed as an indecision candle, but quite a bullish response off a level of, well, which we would now call true support. There are two rejections off a similar price level, but historically, not really noting anything too much here. We do have some touches in the past. We'll call this 97, and we can see a bit of a pushback there. You can see so much weakness building in the last week. We pushed through. Then we had FOMC, and with a rate cut, we could see the market ultimately push back from that. So does that mean that this downtrend is now broken? What we have to do, actually early this week, you can see prices pulled back into the moving averages, and it's effectively in an area here where we need to see, and this would be within the coming one or two candles, Monday or Tuesday this week, whether we're going to see whether it fails to break through that and subsequently heads back down. So interestingly, this could provide a straightforward trend-based or with trend trading strategy set up, a nice little opportunity there to sell back down to that level of support. However, should the market continue straight up from Monday and Tuesday, close back up above that 50 period moving average, then it is very likely that we are going to return back into a range, which is very frustrating, but we've been in a bit of a range for a while, and that would be an indication that we're going to go back into that range. So I'm just going to exercise some caution with that. So moving on, let's have a look at euro dollar. So again, you can see euro dollar pulling back into these previous highs. This is a great spot traditionally to look for a buying opportunity. But again, if we see Monday and Tuesday see it just drop straight below these lows, start to do that, it's likely we're going to return back into a range. So it's a catch-22. We can see quite a heavy sell-off on GBP here, which was looking nice and bullish. So that hints towards that dollar strength. We've got Aussie dollar, US dollar also falling back down below this level. You can see it's a very nice, healthy pullback. There's no reason why we shouldn't get both options. I think it's likely we'll get a nice bullish candle that'll form potentially on Monday. The question is, will it be able to follow through, or will we see a deeper pullback? And more of the same is very much a possibility as well. You can see a Kiwi dollar coming right back down, starting to get very close to breaking this upward trend. And so it looks as though dollar strength might be back on the table, ladies and gents, for the foreseeable future. Just more of the same. Mainly what I'm saying here is a little bit more of indecision and make it a little bit more tricky to have some of these trends just settle in. Again, here, dollar yen is offering nothing very much. Even though it's very bullish on that response, it's still stuck within the range. We've got dollar CAD as well, also stuck within a range. So exercise quite a bit of caution, I think, this week, folks. We could just find that we're back. If we come back in this range, we could be in it for a couple more weeks, similar to April and May earlier this year. We just had a lot of indecision. Dollar Swiss here, I do very much like it. Again, it's in a sweet spot here. This would be a great opportunity to see a trend continuation south. And so again, a couple of charts are setting up for that. The question is, will there then be that follow through? And honestly, just based off that strong reaction off that level, we might find that the dollar isn't done strengthening just yet. Let's have a quick look at gold. So gold has pulled back, looking very nice bullish candle here. So it's going to attempt from here. If we break the high, it's going to attempt to continue up even higher. So that's very nice. Silver just looking very good for day traders. And again, this week I'm expecting any continuation, any sort of day trading opportunities, continuation to the upside, and any pullbacks on the daily over the coming 2 weeks. I'll be looking for buying opportunities. Let's have a quick look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin very much stuck in a range. If we go and have a look at it from a weekly perspective, it's still continuing up. It's just battling with that level of resistance. So for now, still sitting at this, at seeing this as potentially bullish, especially as gold and silver are as well. Let's have a quick look at crude oil. If we start trending here, you can see it's trying to test this level of support. It's nice and bearish. I expect this week, if we break through this level, we'll see crude oil head back down towards $55, $56 over there. Now, let's have a look at the global indices. Global indices continue to look really nice and bullish. I've just marked these. You can tell we're now halfway into sort of actually heading towards the last third of September. But overall, the markets continue to look bullish with a rate cut. Historically, they are bullish. S&P here as well. So again, on a daily basis, for me, any pullbacks here would represent buying opportunities at this time. I exercise some caution anyway, because of course, we might get the last week of September being very bearish. And so what they would have to do is to come right down and break below these key swing lows that you could see here. But otherwise, the markets are bullish. So if I'm going to pick a position, if I have to pick between the two, it's either going to be do nothing or buy, but it's not going to be selling. If I were to be looking for that. Russell 2000 as well, putting back in, just bumping its head up against historical resistance. Let's have a look at the FTSE 100, stuck within a range. So you can see here, trending up very nicely. Now its angle has changed. It's now moving sideways. We've got bearish divergence. So we're going to either consolidate for a while, or we are going to break lower. Then we have the DAX, which is still stuck in this range and continues to produce lower highs coming in. So that downward pressure combined with that bearish divergence wouldn't surprise me if we did see a breakout to the downside there as well. And then very quickly, just having a look at the Nikkei. Let's bring this one up here. Let's have a look at the Nikkei. Also very nice and bullish, but having pulled back into the moving averages. So now I'll be looking for a bullish candle here to see if there's a continuation to the upside. And then finally with the Hang Seng as well. Also very, very bullish. Had a great week last week, back in the moving averages here. Again, looking for a possible buy opportunity here. So cautiously bullish on these. They are looking nice and strong and healthy, just given the time of year and the fact that we're due for a correction. But that's also been balanced by a rate cut and general optimism as well, and just exercising some caution around any heavy dollar news this week. But interesting to see within Monday or Tuesday, we'll get a sense of what that dollar wants to do. All right, if it continues down, great, the trend is still intact. But if we see a push up straight up here, or it gets back up and closes back up above that 50-period moving average, then my expectation is we're going to go back into a range, and then I'm probably going to sit by and just not trade any of the majors unless there is a very clear strong trend. So plenty to keep an eye out for. So trade carefully, ladies and gentlemen, manage your risk appropriately, and I will speak to you soon. Thank you.